Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You're welcome to the Kingdom Wealth Workshop and Mastering Money book launch. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me on the chat box. Good evening. You're all welcome on board. And I'm so excited to be here. Super excited to be here. It's another time to learn. It's another time to grow. It's another time to evolve. You're all welcome on board. If you have friends that you know should be here, please let's send the link to them. The launch and the workshop is open to all. So you can post on your status, you can post on your social media so that everyone can join in. All right, good evening. Good evening. It's such a delight to have you all here. Good evening once again. All right, so moving on to the session, without further ado, I'll be bringing up Reverend Dotun, Arifalo, and Pastor Tutu to take the session. They're going to come up for a financial discussion, right? I believe that all right, so I'll be bringing up Reverend Dotun and Pastor Tutu on board right about now. Yeah, I was saying something before the network took me out. All right, yeah. So I was saying that I believe that when it comes to creating wealth, when it comes to financial freedom, that is attaining financial freedom, it takes knowledge, right? It takes knowledge. It's getting the right knowledge, having the right knowledge that brings you to that point, where you become, financial free. All right. So I want us to open our hearts to learn this evening. I want you to open your heart to learn. You're going to be learning from experts, really, right? These women they have broken the mold, right? They are where we really want to be. So please, I want you to listen in. I want you to fasten your belt and get ready to learn all you need to know about wealth creation and becoming financial.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Good to be here. I'm super excited. And thank you, RD and the Evolve team. This is such a great honor for me. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Wow. I'm super excited to have you all here. Oh, my God. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. I'm excited. We're going to have a great time today. Thank you so much, PT. Good. You're looking good. You're looking fresh today.
Thank you. I feel fresh.
All right. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Minister Olamide, for that introduction. And without much ado, I'd like us to just go straight into business. I want to, first of all, appreciate everyone for being here today. For those who bought the book off the shelf, you bought the book before the book got ready. I mean, I'm indebted to you. Thank you for seeing the vision. Thank you for believing in the vision. Thank you for walking on water with me. Thank you for believing before the book came. Having us seen it, we rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory. Thank you so much for believing it's going to be a great book. And I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed. Thank you so much, PT. Before we start our discussion, I'd just like to share why I'm very invested in empowering people economically, and why I'm very invested, or why I wrote that book, Mastering Money, right? Now, several years ago, the Holy Spirit said to me in my heart, he said, It said, go raise me. You have raised the grace I put on you. You have raised ministry gifts. Now go raise me financially. Go raise me financiers, right? The grace I've given you has raised ministry gifts. Now you go raise me people, the same grace. How men have been raised, how men are supernaturally raised. It said that same way, people will be supernaturally raised in the area of their finances. And at this point that the Spirit of God was stirring in my heart this, at that point, I was going through my own financial thing. God is so hilarious. He'll tell you to do things. It doesn't look at where you are, right? He told Abraham was believing for one child. And yet he told Abraham, he said, I've already made you a father of many nations, right? Because God's method of operation is that he says it, and then we believe it, and then we receive it, basically. And, we started the Leading Ladies Business Institute, and it's been going on and on. And when I started to write this book this year, one of the mandates that God gave me personally this year is to empower kingdom leaders for finances, empowering kingdom leaders for finances. And we revisited the Kingdom Business Summit. How many people have been blessed through the Kingdom Business Summit? All right. I guess Pete is going to share some of our experiences, through the Kingdom Business Summit, right? So, how many people, let me see, can you just type? Let me see, how many people have been blessed through the Kingdom Business Summit? Let me see your hands. How many people do not know? Okay, I can see Yvonne, I can see Mrs. Owo Lara Fell something. I'm sorry about that. You've been blessed. Great. Pastor Fola, you've been super blessed, right? Pansy, you've been blessed. It's been amazing. All right, Patrick, you've been blessed. Nosipo, you've been blessed. I'm super, I feel so blessed right now. I feel so blessed. I remember as I began to write that book, I knew, okay, Victor recently joined and it's been impactful. I'm encouraged. I am encouraged. Olajimokemi, Director Jimoke, thank you so much. At Fortune Daniel, God bless you. When I started writing that book, it was out of an excited heart because I felt like I needed to teach people. I felt like I needed to teach people about finances, that a lot of people are not trained. A lot of people don't know, just like I was. I was ignorant and I didn't even know I was ignorant, right? And then I began to write that book as I began to teach at the Kingdom Business Summit. I got inspired to put the facts together in a book. And bingo, there we are with the Mastering Money. The Mastering Money is an amazing book. And I must say, not because I wrote it, but I must say because it has changed my life as well, right? Mastering Money is, I'm sure we're going to get the what do you call it now? The testimonial from, one of the people that read the book. And, I guess we'll get that. Minister Olamide, that's your testimony. Okay, we're just going to show it here as well. Okay, and it's been life-changing. It's the ABC of financial independence. It's, you want to know about money, you want to start your journey, you want to start your roadmap financially, you want to plan your finances. That's the book to go for. All right, so thank you so much for believing and for buying it off the shelf before it ever landed on the shelf. Thank you so much. PT, you are welcome. You look really beautiful today. You look like you've been smiling to the bank lately.
Yes, I have.
Oh, great.
The bank account doesn't scare me anymore.
That's right. I think one of the reasons I wanted you here was a discussion we had about your financial planning, right? And I want you to just tell us where you were and what happened and how have you been able to, I was so inspired when you told me you've planned your finances and you know exactly what is coming, exactly what is going out. And and how that has generally changed your outlook and your finances. Has it even changed your finances? So please tell us about that.
Yeah. So like I said, RD said I'm looking good, but that's because, worry financial worry is one of the greatest things for most people.
That's right.
Do you know that the greatest in marriages, research upon research has shown that finances, issues with budgeting, debt, and finances is the #1 cause of discord
That's
in
right.
marriages.
That's
I
right.
was at this point that I was constantly looking at my bank account because I wasn't even sure where my money was going.
That's
and
right.
So I'm thinking, okay, I hope my direct debits, I hope I have enough money. So you're constantly, and I was feeling very, very overwhelmed. And I was almost always almost as this worry and this unrest about money. But then I would look at how much I was earning and how much was coming out, and it just couldn't marry. So one of the things that I did is let me even sit down. Now, as believers, sometimes we like to do this God bless me anyhow mentality.
That's right. That's
so I
right.
asked myself one day, if for any reason, we know the presence of God is with us, but if, say, Jesus just appears to me now and says, in 5 seconds, how much do you need specifically? Would I just bless me? No. So I decided to put order into my finances. One of the things, I can't help but share my testimony with the Kingdom Business Summit. If anybody remembers the Mama Lemon mentality.
Illustration.
One of my greatest things is that I couldn't spend on myself. So I would earn, I could spend. So I was earning and I was paying bills and I wasn't spending on myself. I would, so one of the things I did is I started to plan to the letter. If you ask me right now, how much, so I've planned up until March next year.
Wow.
If you ask me right now, PT, how much do you need in February 2025? I only need to check my spreadsheet and tell you exactly how much I need. Now, what I've done is I have put in on my spreadsheet, I have a percentage because I didn't have savings. I didn't have money.
That's right.
I wasn't spending on myself. I didn't have emergency funds. And so what I did, and I'm very strict with it, I have a percentage for everything, for my pension, for my holidays, because I love to go on holidays, so that I'm not taking money from here, money that is meant for bills, then money that is meant for kingdom finances, I'm spending it to pay bills. So everything has its allocation.
That's right.
It's worked like a miracle. In that every single month, I have a lot more money at the end of the month.
That's right.
Unlike before, you're waiting from paycheck to paycheck. That's not God's will. And it's simple budgeting, simple planning, such that my money I have record. So any money that comes to me, the percentage is already there. So somebody gives me £100. I still, apart from maybe how much I earn, business, anything I earn, I just separate it into those percentages. And it's absolutely, honestly, I think there's something about order beyond the amounts that I'm even getting in. Just that simple order has done wonders in my finances. And it's just...
That's so true. That's so true. That once there's order always brings abundance. And I think the first thing is for us to be clear about how much is even coming in. A lot of people don't know how much is coming in. A lot of people don't know how much they spend. I always ask this question I always ask people this question. How much do you spend per month? What's your budget? A lot of people don't even have a budget. So money comes in, money goes out. Money comes in, money goes out. A lot of people feel like the only thing money is useful for is for paying bills. And that's, if you ask, what do you do with money? Money is for paying bills. So money comes in, money goes out. At the end of the day, when I give people that exercise, go calculate how much you spend a month. You realize that they spend more than they earn. Most families, most individuals spend much more than what they earn. So you ask, so how, so what happened? How did you manage? Say, God did. No, you were borrowing. No, you must have been borrowing, you know. But I love the fact that you said you put a lot of order in your finances. I'm inspired by the fact that, you know, you can say, I've planned my finances up till March, and this is not even the end of the year yet, right? And since you started putting order into your finances, you've experienced increase. I think that's so powerful. When you put order into a thing, imagine you have a can and it's filled with, you know, big rocks, small rocks, all kinds of rocks. What's going to happen? You'll think the cup is filled. But what if you arrange it, you know, perfectly? The same thing with your wardrobe. What if you arrange your wardrobe? Sometimes you think you have a lot of clothes, but if you will fold the clothes, iron them, fold them, you realize there's so much room for much more. And that's where we are with our finances. A lot of us we are not in charge of our finances. Our finances are in charge of us. We are not masters. We are slaves to our finances. And that's why there's a lot of depression. That's why there's a lot of, you know, all of that. Not because what you have is not enough. Yes, even if what you have is not enough, you can still be in charge of the little you have. And what puts you in charge of what you have is the fact that you know what is coming in. You are in control of what is coming in, even if you're not in control of what is coming in, but you're in control of how it is dispensed. So, PT, what is the power of, let's talk about quickly, the power of financial education. Financial education in families, Just as you said, money is one of the big problems that most marriages and most families have. Number one, money is one major problem because money represents trust. If you don't trust someone in the area of money, you guys have trust issues and you guys have foundational issues. Do you understand? Money is a proof. How you treat money in a marriage, in a family, tells a lot about the trust that exists there. Number one. Number two, when you guys don't understand, in one chapter of the book talks about financial harmony in marriage, how to blend, how to understand your money personality, so that you're able to know, okay, if my husband is a spender, I'm the saver. Instead of fighting each other, right? We now need to agree to know that, okay, you are the spender, I'm the saver, so let me handle the money. And then there's no money. Do you understand? That we're able to build systems around it instead of fighting and causing all kinds of things. We're able to build systems that work around our weaknesses and our strength, right? So and also children. How does money affect children? A child that comes from a home where there's no organization in the area of finances, where we're not talking about saving, and that's where most of us are. Most of us, we had parents or still have parents that didn't understand anything about money. So they could not teach us anything about money. And that's the reason we are struggling to make ends meet today. You know, they say the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. Why? Because the rich gives their children financial education. The poor does not. The poor is struggling to survive, and teaching the children how to survive and how to struggle and how to hustle. But the wealthy, they're intentional about teaching their children about money. And that's why I decided to start that series we're on in Kingdom Business Summit today, you know, right now, teaching about the lessons, financial lessons that wealthy people teach their children that average people do not. So what is the power? What is the purpose? What is the power of financial education in a family or in a person's life?
It is, we can't even say what is a purpose. It is the purpose.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing I would say is for single people, like for some reason, I've been talking to a lot of single people. Part of your courtship is to look into both your past.
That's right.
People, we all, everything that we are stems from our childhood.
That's true.
Growing up, you know, I look, since we've been doing this series with RD, I've actually taken time out to really sit down and work out what is my money mindset.
I had to do that.
For me, growing up, money, we didn't have a lot. We were okay. We were satisfied.
Yeah.
So we didn't sort of have that desire to have more. So we were happy. We grew up in a very loving home. And so for me, I grew up with that mentality that love is enough. As long as, you love. And my father was very sacrificial in terms of he would give everything to his own hurt. So I grew up like that. When I had kids, I always thought, okay, I'll give them the best. It doesn't matter if I don't have anything and I don't need to. But I started to really, really, because that's not as noble as that sound. That's not kingdom mindset. You need to make money for the gospel. So I started
right.
I started to reorient, reprogram my mind about finances. Now, it is super, super, super important. If you look at wealthy people, a lot of them, they don't necessarily pass the physical wealth to their children. It's the mindset that is being passed from generation to generation. But on the same side, if we do not, the poverty mindset, riches and wealth is not about the amount you have. It is a mindset. Poverty
That's true.
is riches. If you're wealthy, it means you're able to afford what you need to afford when you need to. And that is that mindset, that money is not a problem. Don't let your first reaction be, I can't afford it. That is a wrong mindset. And it doesn't stop with you. You are unconsciously or unconsciously passing that to your children. My son, when he was 15, he asked me for a pair of shoes. He wanted to buy a pair of shoes. And I think he said about 120 or 150 pounds. And I just exclaimed, what do you mean? That is so much. And this boy just told me, he said, Mom, you know what? It's okay. Just tell me you don't want to give it to me, that you're making it seem like 150 pounds is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yes, it was a lot of money at that point. But it just, because it's in those subtle ways. The moment I tell him, oh my goodness, 150, I've unconsciously passed a poverty mindset into the mind of that child. So what I'm telling him is that, no, you have to buy secondhand shoes, Yes, that was a lot of money. But what I started to say to my kids is, that's not good use of money. So rather than saying it is not.
Yeah, I love that. That's not good use of money. Yes. Rather than saying it's too expensive.
Yeah, because
it's too expensive for you.
It's not. And that's the honest truth. It is not. And
it is not.
Because at the moment it's expensive for you, it doesn't mean that that thing is expensive. So what I say to them instead is, it's not good use of money. So it is so key. And what I say as couples, you must sit down and understand. A lot of times, one person is a spender, one person is a saver. And then this person is looking, why are you always spending? You are buying this, you're buying that. And you are looking at this guy, you're too stingy. Then the problems come in.
That's right.
So it's important that those things are clearly, anyway, that RD, I beg you, as they say, it takes money to make money.
That's right.
You can't say, this book, please get it. We're not born, most of us, I would say most people have a warped mindset of finances. But you need to retrain. Don't ever say, I know. You don't know. And most of the time, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So buy the truth. Get the book. There are how many weeks? 6 weeks left in
this year,
2024. Plan as you're going. Please don't just pray into 2025. You've been praying into 2025, into the next year for the past 20 years, but nothing has changed. Prayer is powerful, but prayer will not work without a proper mindset. Buy the book, sit down with your family, plan your finances. Plan your finances. Sit down with your husband or with your wife. What is our goal for our finances? How have we reflect on the year? And then get the book, sit down together as a family. It's easy enough for kids to understand. Read it.
Very true.
Go through it with them. Do the work, do the
exercises
in the workbook, and change your mindset. Money does not, one thing I've realized, going back to order, is that I stopped praying about finances because God does not have physical money. He has already given to us. The earth produces for us.
That's
but
right.
The earth will produce just like a mother. When a mother is breastfeeding a child, the amount of milk the mother produces is dependent on how much the baby is demanding. So when you organize your finances and you say, this is what I need in December, this is how much I need, irrespective of how much you are earning, what happens? There's a law of nature that comes into to just bring you that amount. But most of the time you're confusing, you're confusing nature. So money doesn't know how much does she need. And most of the time in our mind, what you are thinking is, I'm just, I'm broke. I'm not going to have enough. So that's what nature will produce for you, not enough. But when you have it down, sit together as a family and say, this is how much we need. These are our bills. And you will see the miracle of that product. It will just come. And that's my take on that.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you so much. That's a lot of wisdom you shared with us in just a couple of minutes. One thing I tell people, I think, you see, the size of your vision, the size of your dream will determine the capacity to receive. If all you see is, I just want to eat a little, you just want to, just do little things. And that's why, you see, you can never harness your full potential until you start to give, until you realize that part of the purpose of money is to give it, and to give it for good causes, and to give it for kingdom causes. If your vision is small, now Peter said something, if God just showed up in front of me right now, oh my God, God knows I know exactly how much I need. I know exactly how much I need today. Why? Because I have some kingdom projects, waiting for me. I want to build a facility for young people, young missions interns. Do you understand? I know exactly how much I need. 100 million for starters, for that. That's for that project. I need that in the next few months. Talk less of the other bigger projects that I have. Do you understand? So I realized that your heart cannot grow, or your heart will grow to the extent of the projects that you have. So when Peter said, you've got to think kingdom. Your money is not just for yourself. You've got to think kingdom. You've got to think, how will my money be a blessing to other people? A Jewish man once said, he said, to be a Jewish man is very expensive. To be a Jew is very expensive. He said, because a Jewish person does not just think about himself alone. A Jewish person understands that he has responsibility towards God, towards first his family, towards God, and towards the other Jewish people in the community, that the money must keep on going around. And that's why the average Jewish person is wealthy. Why? Because the money must keep going round. And he said it's expensive. He said that is one of the reasons that the Jewish person is committed to training their children to be wealthy. They just don't train them about money. They teach them to be wealthy. Why? If you don't teach a common culture, a common belief, is that if you don't teach your child to be wealthy, you're teaching that child to steal, because it costs a lot of money. It's expensive to be a Jew. So if a Jewish child cannot produce wealth, he will steal. So if you don't teach or train your child, that they train them intentionally from a young age. They train them intentionally from a young age. If a Jewish child cannot produce wealth, then he cannot be wealthy. So I'm saying today, there are many things I'm going to teach you as we move into the training, the workshop right now. Many things I'm going to show you, but I want you to understand that, it's God's will for you to prosper, but you've got to be responsible. You've got to learn. You've got to pay attention. You've got to submit yourself. We started this boot camp, financial boot camp for men. We had the first batch. It was life-changing. It was amazing. It was incredible. Oh, we don't have the testimony here. It was incredible. 6 weeks of mentorship, financial mentorship boot camp for men. It was life-changing. And we're getting ready to launch the next batch right now in the month of November. So if you're a man, listen to me. Don't assume you know. Please join in. For the women as well. I feel like this is just fundamental. We started something because the women kept saying, what about us? What about us? What about us? So we are also getting ready for the women's group as well. We also have financial mentorship for women, the boot camp for women, right? And for that, we are launching in January. So, but you can start registering right now. Please register right now as we get ready, and get a copy of your mastering money, and that will keep you until we're ready to run, right? That will keep you until we're ready to run. Thank you. The men's mentoring, financial mentoring boot camp. We also have the female, the one for the women as well. So please join in 6 weeks. You know, so don't say, oh, I'm already in RDs now. This is for finances. If you've not been, don't assume until you've been taught. Don't assume. 6 weeks of mentorship, 6 weeks of reading six incredible books that will change your life. 6 weeks of holding watch parties, you know, reviewing the men and the women that changed America. We're talking about the wealthy people. So you'll meet and then discuss it and learn from it. It's incredible, and you don't want to miss it. So don't go into 2025 unprepared. Nobody goes to the market without a shopping list, right? Nobody enters a new year without a plan. And one of your plans for this new year, right, is to be financially educated, financially intelligent, because financial intelligence, you know, comes before financial freedom. So if you want to be free, if you're planning your way to freedom, then you need to begin to pay good attention to trainings and books and everything that can teach you about finances, right? That's the way to be free. So PT, I'll give you just one word that you want to leave with everyone here who doesn't understand the power of, you know, of training, the power of investing. Let's use the word power of investing in themselves. Please give us a final word before we get into the workshop as quickly as possible.
So there's always a price to pay.
And just a second, please. Now, how many people know that we had a pre-launch? We had a pre-launch price. So if you're getting this book today, it's back to its original price. And that's why, you know, always make the most of the pre-launch. When we bring out a pre-launch, make the most of it. Get it off the shelf before it lands on the shelf. But today, it's already out. So guess what? If you're going to get it, you know, then you have to get it at the original price. All right. Thank you. But don't let that discourage you. Don't say, oh, you know, I'm not going to get it because. Now, what you don't know is limiting you. And if you're going to learn, they need to respect. You need to start respecting books and respecting mentors. Okay. All right, PT, go right ahead.
Yes. I was going to say that there's a price. There's always a price to pay. There's a price to pay for excellence, and there's a price to pay for ignorance, for mediocrity.
That's right.
So you choose. That choice is yours. We all have to make that choice.
That's right.
You can pay the price for excellence, for financial freedom. And that is temporary. It's painful to part with a few thousands of naira or a few pounds to buy a book, register for a course, read books, and all of that. But the payoff is long-term.
That's right.
However, there's a price for ignorance, which means, oh, I can't afford this. I don't have time to read the book. And at the moment, it's comfortable. But not just you. The price is going to be paid for the price of ignorance. The painful price of ignorance lasts a lifetime. And it doesn't stop at the end of one life. It transcends generation until one person decides to pay the price. Now, you can be that person that chooses to pay that price for your generation. The mindset, if your parents and their parents refuse to pay that price, you have now heard and you have no excuse.
That's right.
I would say, please get in this. Get in. Make up your mind that I want to be free. And the reward is amazing. Thank you so much for having me, RD. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PT. Thank you for taking out time to be with us today and for sharing your great wisdom. You know, you're gently becoming a financial guru, I must say. I mean, the wisdom you've learned, maybe before you go, you know, the wisdom you've learned, or maybe another time, the wisdom you've learned about finances, how you're able to get some, you know, real deal when it comes to even playing tickets, you know, real deals when it comes to a whole lot of stuff. You're traveling all around the world right now and so many things. And all those things, you never knew them. Now you're building houses, you know, it's like you're beginning to get this. And that's what I always say, you see, when you learn, we don't struggle with money. Money is never the problem. The problem is wisdom. Once the knowledge comes, once the wisdom comes, then the money comes. It's as though wisdom, lack of wisdom is the barrier. Money is constantly flowing, but the lack of wisdom becomes the barrier. But once that lead is taken off, you begin to walk in, you know, realms of finances that, you know, you never imagined. For me, that has been a reality. The more I'm learning, the more I'm seeing that it's easy or easier, it's getting easier. I'm not saying I'm not there yet, but the more I'm learning, and I'm really learning, because I understand if I'm going to be wealthy like I want to be wealthy, then it's not harder work. It's smarter work. I've got to work here. And the more I work here, the more I realize that money keeps coming to me. More money keeps coming to me. It's getting easier to earn money. Why? Because I keep lifting the lid off of my mind. So thank you so much, PT, for being here and for sharing your wisdom with us. And we look forward to having you again sometime soon to share your wisdom with us. Love you so much.
Thank you so much.
Do we have the testimony ready? If not, we will go straight into business today. Do we have the testimony ready? And I also appreciate everyone on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here with us. All right? Because I know this cannot take many people.
One of the secrets of wealthy people is knowledge. They know something that an average or poor person doesn't know, and that's why they are wealthy. You know, Reverend Dotun wrote this mind-blogging, blockbuster masterpiece, you know, on money. It's called Mastery. One of the secrets of wealthy people is knowledge. They know something that an average or poor person doesn't know, and that's why they are wealthy. You know, Reverend Dotun wrote this mind-blogging, blockbuster masterpiece, you know, on money. It's called Mastering Your Money. And you see, I've never seen a book this practical, right, on money before, where you just read the book and you discover why you have not earned enough. You discover why you're not wealthy. It just opens your life up, you know, your relationship up with money. Such a great masterpiece. Before then, right, she always talks about money personality, the importance of knowing your money personality in her trainings and her courses. But you see, reading this book made it more clear to me. It made me see that you know, one of the keys to becoming wealthy, that is having a wealth that would outlive you, is knowing your money personality. All right, one of the outstanding things about this book is that you get to take the money personality test, and then you can score yourself. You know where you are, and then you know, she literally is advising you on practical steps you need to take based on your test, based on the result. So I took this test, you know, with my husband. So the book has the personality test for individuals and for couples. So I took this test with my husband, and I realized that, you know, before now I'm very evasive when it comes to money, right? I don't like to talk about money. I don't know, for some reasons, I just do not like, I think it's upbringing generally. I just do not like the aura or the, the aura that came with, talking with money, growing up. But I realized that it was creeping in. I just would not listen when we have, when we're supposed to have money conversations. I'm just absent-minded. I just sort of just block out myself. Yes, I will contribute, but not as interested, and I saw that, that was really affecting our relationship, or my relationship with money generally. So, this book is a must read for anyone who wants to be wealthy. If you want to be wealthy and you want to know how to be wealthy, you want to create a wealth, wealth that would outlive you, grab your copy today. We have there is an ongoing discount sales that you can take advantage on. You can just click on the link in the bio and get your copy today. Get your copy today, and you're on your way to becoming financially free.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We also have a testimony from Olawale from the just concluded men's mentor financial boot camp. Is it ready? If it's ready, let's go. If not, I'll just start off and then you can bring the testimony up later. Is it ready? Or do I go ahead? Do I go ahead? Okay, I think I'll just go ahead. I think I'll just go ahead until then, we'll bring it up at the end, right? So you're welcome again, and I'm super excited to have you all here. I'm so excited. I think, the thing about this book was, writing this book changed my life. Writing this book changed my life. I grew financially in my mind, right? Because we understand that money is a mindset. If you can understand this truth, I'm telling you, money is a mindset. Money is not what we think. It's not how many wealth. It's not how many zeros you have behind or in your bank account. Money is simply your mindset, how you think. And you see, for me, what that did to me when I came to the realization of that is that I can be wealthy too. It doesn't matter if I didn't come from a wealthy background, right? But I can create wealth. In fact, it's been said that most of the first generation millionaires right now in dollars, they started from zero. They started with a mindset. And that's why I say the first thing you need to do is to get an education. Financial education equals financial intelligence. You can't be financially intelligent except you are, except you go for knowledge, except you have been educated. And don't assume you know until you've been trained. Are you with me? There is no financial intelligence except you have had financial literacy. The same way that some people, if you see an illiterate, that means you're saying this person can't read or write or has never been trained. Now, the man who cannot read or write, does he have capacity to learn? Yes. His brain is functioning, his eyes are functioning, his ears are functioning, everything is functioning. The problem is there is no teacher. The person has not given himself or herself to learning. And that's why that person is an illiterate. Illiteracy is a choice. The same way, we also have financial illiterates. Unfortunately, we have a lot more financial illiterates that there are many people that are book literate, but they are financial illiterate. They know nothing about money. When you ask the average person, what is money about or what is money for? Most people tell you it's for enjoying, it's for paying bills, right? It's for enjoying, it's for paying bills. And part of paying bills is taking care of family or, just giving charity and all of that, right? But it goes more than that. And you see, money is for wealth creation to give you freedom. Money buys you freedom, freedom of choice, freedom to give, freedom to live, freedom to succeed, freedom to live the life that you choose to live. and freedom to change the world. The book of Ecclesiastes says, there was a man who was wise, but poor. And this man, through his wisdom, saved the city. But his wisdom was not respected, was not acknowledged because he was broke. How many people know that it takes money to preach the gospel? It takes money to do politics. It takes money to raise healthy children. Someone says, well, I don't need money. I'll just make sure my children are healthy. When your children grow to the age of accountability, when they realize that they don't get things that others are getting, when they realize that they can't ask for money, when they realize it begins to borrow into their self-esteem, right? They begin to feel a sense of rejection. And we don't want that. And that's why I tell a lot of couples, don't get married until you think you know what you're doing. And even if you're married, don't have kids until you are sat down to learn about finances and to plan for your family finances, right? Financial intelligence is not that I have all the money, but financial intelligence is that I know I'm in charge, I'm in control of money. There is no better way to be in control. Oh yes, somebody said price has changed. That was pre-launch. This is the launch now. The book is out now, and the book is out now, so it has gone back to normal price, right? The book has, I think we've been on this pre-launch for like 3 weeks or something now, but today we said it's going to end today. So today it's gone back to the normal price, right? So the best way to start your financial journey, of course, is knowledge, is what I call financial planning. This financial planning, just like PT said, has changed my life, right? It has changed my life. Now I'm able to budget. I'm able to work on a budget. Of course, sometimes I cross it. I've not mastered it like PT has. Sometimes, I break out. But even when I break out, I know I'm breaking out. I know, do you understand? I know I'm breaking out. I know how much I spend. I know how much I need. And I know how much is going out and how much is going in and how much is coming in, right? That's very important. That's possible because of financial planning. That's possible because of financial planning. So mastering money, really, I love that book. I must tell you, there's a page there. I think one of my favorite parts is the one on marriage, right? The chapter on marriage, building financial harmony in marriage. And I think, oh my God, my desire is to help marriages. My desire, one of my greatest desires, is to help families. And I feel like now a couple can sit down, read that book together, read that chapter together, and fix their pains, their marital pains caused by money. And then there's a money personality test. And then there's a marriage money personality test, a test that you and your spouse or spouse-to-be can sit down and take to understand your money temperament and how things go in your marriage, right? Mastering Money is the book to read for this season. If you're going to change your next year, get on board the journey of For me, Mastering Money and Kingdom Business Summit are not just a program, a book. It's a movement. It's a movement of changing lives. It's a movement of educating our generation. It's a movement of raising financially responsible believers in this time. It's for raising people that will they'll pass batons and stop passing financial battles to the next generation. It's not their fault. And if you are broke, it's because you choose to be broke. If you're going to be wealthy, then you've got to be willing to pay the price for wealth. You've got to be willing to pay the price. But listen to me, you can't keep on doing things the way you are doing it and you expect a change. That's the definition of insanity. This whole year has come and gone. You're still struggling to earn, still struggling with finances. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to learn? Are you going to submit to mentorship? Are you going to submit to learning? Or are you going to go into the next year and reproduce the same result? There are some things prayer can't do. Prayer will only give you wisdom. Prayer will say, go and register for the boot camp. Prayer will say, go and buy the mastering book and read it. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, then nobody's obliged to invest in you. Do you understand? So what is financial planning? We're here to talk about financial planning, right? And I want to say that mastering money begins with the understanding that money is a tool. It's not just a goal. Nobody says, my goal is to have money. Money for what? The reason we want money, because money buys us happiness. Is that not true? Money gives us freedom. Money gives us freedom of choice. And that's a good place to be. And the first thing is you've got to accept, I want to be wealthy. I will be wealthy. I am wealthy because wealth is a mindset. Wealth is who I am. I am wealthy. A lot of people have not concluded. They've not come to terms. They've not accepted to say, I can be wealthy. Do you understand? Because when we talk about wealth, people look at some rich families and then you begin to look down on yourself. But if I can learn what they know, I can have what they have. I said, if I can know what they know, then I can get what they have. If I can learn what it takes. And that's why I don't miss KBS this season until the end of the year. As I take you on an incredible journey of financial lessons that the wealthy teach their children that average parents and poor parents know nothing about. And that's the reason that where the children of wealthy people keep getting wealthier, because their parents trained them on purpose. While the parents of the children of average and poor people, what happens? They just grow. They just pick what they have to pick on their own, right? So money is a tool. Money is not a goal. Money allows you to do things. Money is not the end of the goal. When you have money, don't say, now I have money. Do you eat the money? But it's what money can help you do that brings you in, that in turn brings you happiness. That is the purpose of money, right? It's about taking control of your financial life through knowledge, discipline, and intentional action. The concept of mastering money goes beyond simply earning an income. It starts from there, but it goes beyond earning an income. It involves developing the skills. Somebody type skills. It involves developing the skills to manage effectively, to manage, to grow, and sustain your wealth effectively. You've got to, it involves developing the skills to manage, to grow, to earn, to manage, to grow, and sustain your wealth to the next generations effectively. At the core, right? Mastering money is about recognizing the importance of financial literacy, understanding how money works, how to budget, how to save, how to invest, and how to make informed financial decisions, right? It also requires cultivating the right mindset around money. You need to have the right relationship with money. I feel so empowered, guys. I feel so empowered. I feel empowered because I'm learning things I never knew before. I feel empowered and excited about the future, about my financial future. And so when men say there's a casting down, I dare say there's a lifting up. Why? Not just because I'm praying about it, but because I'm taking, in fact, right now, I'm taking a course right now on finances, on investment and all. I'm taking a course that I paid for right now because I'm not just making mouth. I'm serious about this. I'm intentional about this. I'm for real about, going after this skill. Why? The kingdom of God needs my money. The kingdom needs my money. I was invited to go minister somewhere, and I got talking to a woman in her 50s. She built a church. She's doing okay, doing great. And then I said to her, and then I asked her, I said, how were you able to build this church? How were you able to do this? And she said, listen, I have a good job. I love the answer she gave me. She didn't say, oh, now God. She didn't say, oh, it's just God. She said, listen, I have a good job. I mean, she's amazing. She has a full-time job as a lecturer, and she builds that church. And she built that amazing church. So she said, I have a job, and the job pays me well. So she said, while my mates are building estates, I pump my money into church. I put my money. So when she said, well, I'm giving my children good lives and everything. But she said that while my mates were building houses and doing all of those things, she said, my investment is the kingdom of God. She said she will pump her money there. She will get up front, and then she'll pump it into paying off the mortgage and all of that. And said she paid her mortgage in 2 years. Why? Because she had money to give. And that inspired me, like, my God, you know. And I said to myself, girl, watch that. You're giving okay. But now, you know, it's not about giving okay. It said, where is more? That's me. That's me, guys. You know, this is my own path. This is my own journey. That until you are giving all, until, do you understand? Until what you give hurts you. You know what I mean? Hurts you. How, can you imagine that woman? Can you just imagine her reward? Can you just imagine her reward? So that is it. Yeah, burnt offering. Until I give my burnt offering to what I believe God wants to do. And that's why God will put money in my hands, so that we'll make sure that I access the wisdom that I need and all of that. That's why I've got to be wealthy. I've got to be wealthy so that I can build the kingdom of God with my wealth. And I can sponsor children. I can do loads of stuff that are in my heart to do. Are you with me? So it requires cultivating the right mindset around money, having the right relationship with money, such as seeing money as a resource. See money as a resource, not the end, but as a resource to achieving your life goals, rather than something to be afraid of or something to obsess over. I'm not afraid of money. A lot of people are afraid of money. And I'm not obsessed over money. But money is just a resource to achieving my life's goals. In the journey toward financial mastery, you know, we've got to learn to balance short-term needs with long-term wealth creation. Just like PT said, she said she likes to go on holiday, and now she's learning how to be kind to herself, right? So there's always a middle ground. It involves understanding the key principles. You must learn the balance, first of all, between short-term needs and long-term wealth creation, right? And this includes understanding key principles like earning, saving, investing, budgeting, spending wisely, right? Mastering money involves making smart choices about how to diversify your income streams, reduce your debt if you're in debt, and use money to build financial security or financial freedom over time. It's about being proactive. It's about setting financial goals, about creating strategies to reach your goals, right? With a solid plan in place, you can gain full control over your financial future. You can achieve stability and build a life of abundance and freedom. Mastering money empowers you to use your finances as a foundation for achieving not only, material success, but also the freedom to pursue your passions, your dreams, your goals, and to create meaningful experiences as you live a purpose-driven life. And a financial planner helps you do that. A financial planner, for everyone who has bought the book now or before the pre-launch or even today, you will get a copy of my free financial planner. You will get a copy of the free financial planner that generally helps you to start planning your finances. And I'm going to just explain a few things to you here before we close, all right? But the financial planner that you will get, I'll be sent to you for all those who have bought the book, right? You will get, but if you have not bought it, it's okay to be here, but you're not getting the financial planner, all right? But you see, a financial planner helps individuals, helps you track your income. There's something about just tracking there's a book that said, where did all my money go? Someone told me, said, I earn money, I don't know where it goes. There's no spirit anywhere. You are spending it. There's no spirit that takes physical money. There's no spirit that takes physical money. You're spending and you're not tracking your finance. You don't have no plan for your finances, right? So a financial planner helps you to track your income, your expenses, your savings, and to set financial goals. Thank you. And to set financial goals, right? So this basic plan is designed to give clarity on personal finances and establish a habit of budgeting, saving, and goal setting. So there are 5 laws of money. I'm talking about how to plan your finances. 5 laws of money. Number 1, earning. Number 2, saving. Number 3, budgeting. Number 4, giving. And number 5, investing. I realized the more I learn about investment, the more, little doors are opening for me to invest. Little doors are opening for me to invest. And I'm super excited. I'm looking at that time when I'm going to become a big investor, because I understand money is for creating more money. Money is for achieving the goal of financial freedom. And freedom is what every one of us needs, so that we are free to follow our passions and do what we love to do and not worry about money anymore, without financial worries. And you know what? We can attain it. You don't have to have all the money in the world to be financially free. You just need to have a plan. You just need to have a plan. Are you with me? So 5 laws of money. You earning, saving, budgeting, giving, and investing. As quickly as possible. I'm going to narrow down on savings, but as quickly as possible, let's look at earning, right? Every one of us has earning power. The first thing you want to do is to start to earn, and everybody can earn. Are there people here, you say you're not earning anything at all? You don't earn money. If you're not earning money because you choose not to earn money, can you sell? Anybody can sell. So, someone says, I'm not the business type. I'm not the business type, but for 1 year, you've been out of job. For 1 year, you've not been earning a dime. Start from where you are. Can you sell? Can you buy something? Business is just solving problems. Can you solve problems? Business is what? Solving problems. As long as you can solve problems, right, you will earn income. It's all about solving problems, right? Entrepreneurs are creative people. They see problems and they prefer solutions to the problem. It's so amazing that even if you don't know what to do, find out what the needs of people are. What are the needs of people? What are the things that people need? And then you meet it. It doesn't have to be a passion. Look at your neighborhood. What do they need? What do they require? Talk to people. Do what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Like a questionnaire or something. Find out what people need, meet that need, and that's it. Sometimes you may just be a middleman. Someone says, a survey. Thank you. Someone says, I need this thing. Say, I can do it. I need this thing. I can do it. You don't know anything about it, but you will know somebody who knows how to do it. You link up, someone has a need, someone has a solution. You are the middleman. You link them together. You collect your cost. Everybody has what it takes to earn. Everybody has what it takes to earn. Everybody can earn. And even if I don't say I can do it, I can say I know someone who can, who is very good at it. And that's why networking is very important. You need to know people. You need to know the right people. All right? So step up your earning power. No matter what you do, one thing you don't want to ever do is to stop earning. Never stop earning. Once you stop earning, you lose your earning muscles. The same way if you don't use your muscle, if you don't walk around or use your arms, what happens? Your arms become atrophied. That same way, you can have financial atrophy. That is, you're not earning. Once you stop earning and it goes on and on and on, it becomes more difficult to get back. So once you start earning, never in your life stop earning. Never, ever, even though you want to move from active earning to passive earning, but never in your life. I started asking myself a question: how can I earn every day? And you know what? With my books, I earn almost every day, right? Almost every day. How can I earn every single day? Every day money comes into me, no matter how small, money comes into me. And that's just the beginning. It's to start small and then it increases. Do you understand? So never stop earning. Never. If you have a job and you're earning money, that's great. But I will advise, start a business. Do something else by the side. Just in case a day comes, that job is no more there. What are you going to do? You have not trained yourself to earn outside of a job, outside of a structured system. And so when you have to leave that job, there's a problem because you've not trained yourself to earn. You don't know how to earn. And that happens to a lot of people, a lot of bankers. You went to serve in Nigeria. After service year, they retain you. You start working. After 10 years, they sack you. And then you're depressed because you don't know how to earn outside of this structured thing. So exercise your muscles, train yourself. You will have some losses. It's fine. Don't give up until you find something that works. And then until you become proficient in something, you'll be surprised. Maybe that's even going to be the reason you have to leave that job, because you have mastered the art of earning. So that's number one, the law of money. If you're going to be wealthy, you've got to earn. Come on, somebody type that down. If you're going to be wealthy, you must earn. You must earn. And your earning must become passive. Are you with me? The second thing is saving, right? After you have earned that money, what do? You've got to pay yourself first. Wealthy people pay themselves first. Average people pay everybody else first. And then if there's anything left, they pay themselves. Paying yourself doesn't mean I save for the rainy day. Paying yourself means I'm going to pay myself forward. I'm going to separate a percentage that goes into my future, that goes from my savings account into my investment account and into my financial future. Are you with me? Wealthy people pay themselves first. I tell people, someone says, well, the money I earn is not enough, so I can't save. No, that's not the problem. You don't have a plan. That's why. If the money you have is not enough, then it's not enough to pay your bills as well. So why don't you pay yourself at least? And then know that at least, even if I'm struggling today, I'm securing my financial future tomorrow because I'm already throwing something ahead of me, right? The scripture says only a fool spends it all. You don't spend everything that comes into you. Secure your future self, secure your future with your present earning so that when one day this earning stops, you have at least secured yourself a brilliant, exciting future, right? Saving is not just about putting, if you can practice this principle, always put aside a percentage for yourself. Always put aside. Start with 10%. Try to take you to 20 as your income increases, but start with 10% at least. If you can't start with 10%, start with 5%. But by all means, make sure, don't do it haphazardly. Planning means you are dealing with percentages here. Planning means 10%, 5%, 15%, 20%, depending on what you earn, goes into your saving for investment, right? So it's not just about putting away leftover, right? At the end of the month, it's about creating a habit of putting priority or prioritizing your financial future over immediate gratification. The earlier you start, the easier it becomes to build a safety net that can provide security and freedom in uncertain times and also open doors to opportunities, right? I'm going to show you 7 ways to save money, but I'll be back there right now. The number 3 thing is budgeting. I can't go into all of this because of time. The third thing is budgeting, right? Okay, let's just go through that so that I don't mix it. So let me show you 7 ways to save money, even if you can't go too far. 7 ways to save money. Are you ready? 7 ways to save money. And they are wealth, they're timely wisdom nuggets that will change your savings life. I don't care how much you earn. Maybe what you earn is so little. Listen to me. You can save. A man that cannot save, a man that is a man that has no seed in the ground. If you don't have seed in the ground, you cannot be wealthy. Listen to me. If you do not have savings, that means you don't have seed in the ground. If you don't have seed in the ground, forget the dream of wealth, because wealthy people started out by saving. If you do not save, you cannot be wealthy. I repeat, if you cannot save, you cannot be wealthy. So people say, well, I'm not disciplined enough to. I'm going to show you how you can become disciplined. You'll be forced to be disciplined. I'll show you through the 7 ways to save money. Don't say, well, I don't earn enough. Even if you don't earn enough, just tell yourself, act as if what you earn is 90%, not 100%. Are you with me? So number one way to save money is pay your future self before you pay your bills. Somebody says, well, wouldn't that be irresponsible? I mean, if you remove 5% or 10%, trust me, it's not going to kill anything. Think about it. What will it do? What harm will it cost you? What harm will it cost you? If you take out 10%, you realize when you start doing that, it becomes a habit. It becomes a great habit. And then before you know, you don't even think about it. The number one law of wealth creation is pay yourself first. Don't wait until leftovers. Pay yourself from the best. Pay yourself from the top, not from the bottom. Because usually what you earn, what most people earn, is not enough to take them through. So the money to save never comes out because you don't put your savings for investment aside first. So pay yourself first before you pay your bills. Number 2, now this is how to view money, especially when you want to buy something. Calculate your purchases by the hours you need to work or the number of goods you need to sell to make that amount. Did you get me? So don't just purchase things based on the price that is put on the product or on the service. Always calculate your purchases by the hours you need to work or the number of goods you need to sell to make that amount. What do I mean by that? You want to buy a pair of shoes for 50,000. You want to buy a pair of shoes for 50,000. Let's assume you earn what? 100,000 a month. Let's assume you earn 100,000 a month. So if you earn 100,000 a month and you divide it by 30 days, what does that give you? 3,300, right? 3,300. Now that's Naira, right? So please permit me to use Naira, right? Permit me to use, that means you work 3,300 Naira per day. That's your pay. Is that right? Are you following me? Is that right? So that's how much you earn per day, right? Now, you want to buy a pair of shoes at 50,000. How many days work will pay you? Will you need? How many days will you need to work to be able to buy that pair of shoes? Can someone calculate it? 50,000 divided by 3,300. What does that give you? How many days work? Let me use my calculator. 15 days. So now out of 30 days, you now use 15 days of work to buy a pair of shoes at 50,000 Naira. So you ask yourself, is it worth it? The reality is this is where you are. Is it worth it? So before you buy something, first of all, calculate that even if you're doing business, listen, your business money is not your money. Your business money, so don't say, I earn, that's not your money, that's your business money. You have to pay yourself in the business. You have to pay yourself. So always calculate the purchases that, by how much you earn, the number of days it takes you to earn that. And you will determine if I work for a pair of shoes for 15 days, is it okay? It may be okay. Is the shoe really worth it? Do you understand? So number 3, do not walk around with your ATM card, especially when you're going shopping. Now, I know in developed countries, that's all they do. They don't spend cash. the spend. Now, for developed countries, maybe you need a special card. Because how many people know that anytime you go to the shops, you always buy more than what you plan to buy? Maybe you have another card, another ATM card, or you started spending cash. Fantastic. Cash the money. You know how much you want to spend. Cash the money. You want to buy a box of tissue. Take only money for the box of tissue. Walk in there, buy your box of tissue, pay for it, and walk out. It takes discipline. It takes discipline. Go shopping with a list. Go shopping with a list. Or hold the ATM card with you should be the one that you use for shopping, meaning you only transfer the amount you need if you need to do that. Don't stop walking around with your ATM as if you're Elon Musk. I can imagine Elon Musk doesn't spend money crazily, right? Number 4, compare prices. Don't be in a haste. Don't just buy. Compare prices. Before you buy something, find out how much it is, how much is it, how much is it here. And then find out, wealthy people always ask for discounts. Wealthy people ask for discounts from hotels. Wealthy people ask for discounts from shops, right? And that's why they are rich, because they are great savers. Compare prices. Don't be in a haste, right? Number 5, get creative about saving. For instance, you can have a piggy bank. You can do spend to save. Get creative about saving. I know a mentee whose family has gone crazy on savings. They have piggy banks in their home. And right now, the piggy banks are big. They have a goal and the piggy banks are full from extra cash. Those leftover cash you give here or you throw here, those extra cash. Capture those extra cash. Get creative. Spend to save or whatever. Save your change. You'll be amazed how much you can save from. You just found an extra £1, an extra £5 that on a normal day you're not keeping account of. Instead of just put it there. Number 6, I have 7 ways to save. Cut the sugar. Save your life while saving money. Every time you're tempted to buy soft drinks, tell you I'm not buying soft drink, but because I thought about it, and if not for my decision, I would have bought it. Put that money away. Put it into your savings. Cut the sugar. Save your life while saving money. Every time you're tempted to buy junk food, anytime you're tempted to buy junk whatever, that on a normal day you would spend. If one will calculate how much you spend on junk every day, I'm telling you, a lot of you will be richer than you are now. Little money here and there. There's this joke I always say, that people in Nigeria, all these long distance buses. How many people have ever been on a long distance bus before? You get on a long distance, you pay now, it's not, you pay 7,000 and you complain and you fight the bus driver. Oh, why is it 7,000? Why is it 7,000? Why is it 10,000? But you see, from where you boarded the bus until your destination, you spend 20,000 on, you buy bread, you buy egg, you buy soft drink here, you buy yogurt, you buy, you buy this, you buy that. At the end of the day, the journey only cost you 7,000, but what entered your mouth cost you 20,000. Why? No plan. Plus disturbing everybody with your eggs. Eggs in an enclosed place is not nice. It's nasty. Stop buying eggs in the bus. Do you understand? So cut the sugar. Every time you're tempted to buy a quick biscuit, a quick gala, a quick drink, gala and drinks, even those guys that sell on the road, they know the combination. They know the combo. So they bring gala, they bring drink for you. And they buy gala drink. Then those ones that also know another combo, they bring egg, they bring bread. You understand? In fact, the best thing before you travel, take what you want to eat on the road. Put in your bag. So that you're not just buying this, it's part of the journey, it's part of the fun. Just buy this, buy them. Before you know it, 20,000 has gone from your pocket. All right. And lastly, practice a no-spend day. Practice a no-spend day. What is a no-spend day? A day, it could be once a week, it could be once a month, whatever. where you say, today I'm not spending apart from just necessary things. Meaning, I'm not going out for lunch. I don't understand. Some people work. And then every day you go out for lunch because you want to hang out with friends. You go out for lunch. How much are you earning? Check it. How much are you spending on lunch every day? Why don't you pack your food? And you pack your food if you must eat. So every day you spend this amount of money. Yeah, take your packed lunch. Every day you spend whatever money. Let's assume you earn 100,000. And every day you spend 3,000 on lunch. 3,000 times. What is it? 3,000 times 30? That's already 90,000. But let's say 20. Let's say 20. You don't go to work. Hopefully, you don't go to work Saturdays and Sundays. So 20 days, that's Mondays to Friday. Times 3,000. That's already 60,000. What are you talking about? Pack your lunch and save the 60,000. It's cheaper to cook than to buy that lunch. Are you with me? So practice a no spend day. Tell yourself today, that's a huge investment. That's more than half of your salary spent on your stomach, on food, right? So practice a no spend day. Tell yourself everything, in our circle, we have fasting day, Wednesday to Friday. You may even just say, this day, Wednesday to Thursday is going to be a no spend day for me. So I don't spend money on Thursday. If you have kids, plan everything your kids need in advance. Plan what you and tell yourself, I'm not going to spend a dime today, and discipline yourself. What are you doing? You're only training yourself, right? No, zero spend day. That today I'm not spending money. I'm not going to spend a dime today. I'm going to hitch a ride with a friend. I'm going to go to work with my lunch. I'm going to come back. No chance you ask me for nothing, because today is my no spend day. I'm not holding cash. Today, no quick 2K anywhere. Somebody could say, please, quick 2K. Sorry, I ain't got it today, because today is my no spend day. Do you understand? Practice no spend day or zero spend day and see, did you survive it? If you can do it, then you will begin to have low spending days. Are you with me? Because you see, your ability to save and to save more and more is going to help you with your financial future, because that means you have a lot of money to also invest. Budgeting. Now, budgeting is not something, people think budget, the word budget is like, I'm living on a budget. It's for poor people. A budget is simply a plan that outlines your expected income, expected expenses over a specific period, usually a month. It helps you to put a wedge between your income and your expenses, right? Ensuring that your expenses don't exceed your income. And it also allows you to allocate money to different areas of your life intentionally. It's got to be intentional, right? So a budget helps you know what to spend, what you're allowed to spend. Your budget is like a personal accountability thing, because it tells you what is allowed and what is not allowed. When you have overshot your budget, when you spent what you allocated, that means you are going to practice a no spend, many spend days in that area. Why? Because the allocated funds are over. The allocated funds are over. Are you with me? What I started doing when I started budgeting was to budget and withdraw the money and put them in envelopes, just to discipline myself. Money for the kids, money for the house, money for food, transfer it to somebody's account and say, this is my money. I want to use it for my shopping. So I just want to put it there. Do you understand? Or send it to the person that does my shopping for me, right? And then money, or put in another account, money for the kids, I withdraw, so that no child will come and say, give me from my own account. They have their account with me, right? Money for utilities, it just goes into PV's account. Money for this, we just allocate all the funds. Then what is left, I make sure that what is left in my account is spendable money. Money for savings, gone. Only what is left in my account is spendable money. So we can start on this note. At the end of the day, I just have a little bit of money that is my she money that I can spend anyhow I want to spend it. So even if I spend, I already have, it is my, so if I don't have that money in my account, that means I don't have money to spend anymore. Do you understand? So you have your spendable money, you have your utilities, you have your this, you have your that, you have your this, you know, create accounts for all of these things. Get on your Excel. There are other apps you can use, you know, write it down. Anyhow, just make sure you're on top of your game. You're in control of your money. And the more in control you are of your money, the happier you feel, right? So a budget is a plan for your money that helps you understand your income, expenses, and how to achieve your financial goals. Budgeting matters. Budgeting is the cornerstone of financial success. It is the master key to creating the wealth creation pathway. It's the process of creating a concrete plan for your money. Budgeting helps you take control of your money. It tells you what is spendable, what is not spendable. It becomes like that guard on your money that tells, no, you can't go this way. Why? Because it's not located, right? It's the process of creating a concrete plan for your money, allowing you to take control of your finances rather than letting your finances control you, right? Budgeting is a master key to creating your wealth creation pathway. Most people do not have a budget. Most people do not live within their budget. After you have created your budget, it takes high-level discipline, which you need to cultivate to stay within your budget and to stay and not cross your budget, right? Somebody shared a testimony with me when I went to minister somewhere out of town, and I met her from one of the networks. And she said, you know what? I've been attending Kingdom Business Summit. It has changed my life, changed my sister's lives. And she said, you know, she used to have less money than the month. She used to have more months than money with her. But she said that she started to listen, started to work on her budgeting. She said she can't believe it, that she has extra money now. Do you understand? Just putting order into your finances will change your financial game. She said now she has more money. Now she was always desperate, always complaining, always edgy. She never had enough, even though she was working. She didn't know where her money was going. She never had enough. But she said when she started budgeting, she realized she gained control. Budget gives you back the control of your finances that you lost. It helps you to know exactly where your money is going and what your money is allowed to do and what your money is not allowed to do. Powerful. The fourth thing is giving. You see, everything in life we receive, we give. It's a divine reciprocation, how do you call it now? Process. That is, you breathe in, you breathe out. You eat, you go to the toilet, you pass it out. Are you with me? You eat, you can't say, I love this food so much, I'm not going to pass it out. You eat, you go to the toilet to pass it out. You inhale, you exhale, right? The dead is dead because it doesn't give. Giving gives you freedom. Giving positions you, puts you in a place to also receive. Are you with me? If you try to do something, hold something in your hand. Hold something in your hand until you let go. Your hands are not open to receive something new. So when you hold on one, after a while, your fist begin to hurt. Is that not true? Because your hand, if this was how your hand was meant to be, then God would have made our hands this way, in a fist. But God gave us hands like this. Open, meaning give, give, give. Give. Givers never lack. It's a universal principle. Why? Because givers have a different kind of heart. Your heart is enlarged. Your heart is open. And when your heart is open, you receive. You put yourself in a position to receive. How many people know that giving is the best way to be happy? How many people know that? That giving makes you happy. If it makes you scared, that's because you have a very wrong mindset as regards money, and you need to deal with it. Deal with the fear. Let's call a spade a spade. Deal with the fear. But it's got nothing to do with money. But you see, when you give, you're happy. Giving makes people happy, naturally speaking. Why? Because it's a divine order. You just don't receive. The dead is dead because it only receives, it doesn't give. you must have a plan to give. You must have a plan to give some. Give some. That's why we do partnership. That's why we do partnership. Because we give. We partner with ministries or whatever that are changing lives. You partner with your church. Partnership is part of God's divine plan to make sure there's a consistent flow out from you into other people's lives. And that is what it means to change the world and change other people's lives through your giving. And the last is investing. Investing means putting your money to work when you're not working, right? How many hours can you work in a day? How many hours? That's right. Offering time, blessing time. Offering time, responsibility time. As children of God, giving is a responsibility that we must do. Because you see, a non-Christian may not necessarily give towards the expansion of God's kingdom. But it's our Father's kingdom, and we are responsible children, and that's why we give, right? So investing, which is the last thing I'm going to share with you today, it means putting your money to work while you are resting. Money is a better worker and a harder worker than you. You can only work so much. How many hours can you work in a day? But money can work 24 hours a day, non-stop, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. And it does not get tired. In fact, the harder money works, the more it can work, right? Money sitting around will be lost, no matter what you try to do to protect it. Money just sitting around. When you keep your money in the bank, what does it do? Inflation catches up with it. So the 1 million you kept in your bank yesterday is no more 1 million. Why? Because what you could buy for 1 million, right? You can't buy for 1 million anymore, right? Things have changed. Are you with me? So money sitting around will be lost no matter how you try to protect it. There's a story of this millionaire who went to hide his money under the ground and lost millions of dollars because of rat infestation in the warehouses where he stored his money, right? Because he buried it underground. Banks are no place to store money either, right? Bank fees will catch up with you, right? And, and if you wait for your money to grow and double in the bank, you probably wait for years, for hundreds of years before your money will double. So why do we just keep money in the bank if you know that it cannot make you rich? It can't make you rich, right? So the law of investing is about getting a job for your money. You know how people look for jobs? You've got to look for a job for your money. Come and somebody say, I must look for a job for my money. Your money too needs a job. Your money is bored. That's even if you don't save, that's one thing. Now, some of us save, but our monies are bored, just sitting down. Just sitting. So you look for a job for your money, right? Look for a job for your money so that it can generate more money. And you must know that money's purpose in life. Money has a purpose. You want to know? Do you know the chief purpose of money? To work so that it can create more money. Money's purpose is to make you wealthy. Money in your hand is not wealth. But money at work, working hard, creating more money so that you're earning passive income. You're no longer earning from your active income, but from your money, from the money that money is generating, right? So money's purpose in life is to work to create more money for you, to recreate and expand, your financial economy. It's time to create your own economy, but you got to start from financial planning. Now, did you get something today? Did you get something today? Based on the 5 laws of money, what to do with money. You earn it, you save it, you budget it, you give it, you invest it. Keep accurate records. Keep accurate records. It takes discipline. Do you know it is said that wealthy people spend hours every month, looking at their money, looking at their books, putting order. Now, don't wait till the end of the month. Something you can do every day before you go to sleep. Look at, where did my money go today? Where did money come in today? In fact, that will stimulate your thoughts. Today I spent money, but did I earn money today? That's a good way to think. Did you get that, guys? Every day you took a car, or you put petrol in your car, or you took a bus, or you took train, or you paid money. You ate, possibly, right? You got whatever it is. But the question is, how much money came in? Who paid you for a service you provided? Who paid you for a product that you provide? Is money just leaving you? If more money leaves you than comes in, you'll be broke in no time. That's what is called broke, because more money is going than it's coming. And so everybody must create sources of income. Somebody say sources of income, not just a source, but sources of income. Everybody must create sources of income. You ask yourself, how many sources do you have? How many sources of income do you have? How many sources are you earning from? How many sources are you earning from? Whether you're young or you're old, you can start creating sources of income. You can start creating different sources where money, you can start asking yourself, how can I earn money every single day? How can I earn? I don't care how much it is. How can I earn money every single day? These are the kind of thoughts that activate your creative juices, that will make you will never be broken up. Imagine you can earn every day. Imagine you know exactly what to do to make money today. Imagine you know, apart from your job. Imagine you know, you say wealth is the ability. Jesus, when he walked on the face of the earth, when he needed to pay his task, what did he do? You know, he was never frazzled. Peter, go to the river, catch a fish, open the mouth, get the coin, go pay. He knew how to create wealth. The ability to create wealth when you need it, to make money available when you need it, is one of the definitions of wealth creation. So you ask is, how can I earn? How can my bank account receive money every day? After all, you are giving money every day. How many people have spent money today? Apart from church, how many people have spent money? Even if you didn't buy petrol today, the petrol you have, right? The petrol you have, you paid for it, didn't you? The petrol you had, you paid for it. So how many people paid money? Let me see, type it. How many people paid? How many people paid? You spent money. Oh, you didn't spend money today. Great. Did you eat? Did you eat? If you transport, you ate, that means you bought the food, right? Sorry, please. That means you bought the food. But my question is, who paid you today? Who paid you today? Yay! Someone said I didn't spend money, I ate from my farm. I ate from my farm. Fantastic. I love that. I love that. I love that. Right? So who paid you today? Did somebody pay you today? Did somebody pay you today? And that's how you need to think. I need to earn. I need to earn. If what you're earning is small, you can earn more. You can earn extra. You can have different sources of income. Your job being one of it. Your job is one, but must never be your only source of income. You must create other sources of income. What are the other sources of income? I call them the vehicles of wealth creation. Rental, right? Rental is a way to earn passive income, right? Awesome. You sold eyelashes today. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Can you imagine selling those every single day? And a customer paid our debt today. That's cool. Do more. Do more. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. So make sure you start earning multiple. Start thinking, what can I do? What do I do well? What do I do well? Listen to me. Anything you do well, there's somebody out there that needs it. You are just too lazy to think through on how you can sell it, how you can monetize it. Everything you do well, somebody needs it. Everybody needs services. So think about it. What do I do? What do I have? What do I have? And then how can I make it available? Remember, I round off with this scripture in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. It says, and God blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful, meaning be productive, be creative, generate ideas, produce solutions, be fruitful. Number 2 said multiply. That is, how can I, I do this very well. Then says multiply it. That is, make it available to more people. I rent out tablecloth decorations. Amazing. How do you scale it up? So 1, I produce something. Number 2, how do I multiply it? How do I make it available to more people? It said fill the earth. How do I make it global? Number 4, it says replenish it. Then have dominion. Take charge. Take charge. Take charge. So start earning, saving, budgeting, giving, investing. Look at all these 5 and begin to draw up a plan for this. I was talking about the 5 vehicles of wealth creation. Number 1, in no particular order, a job. A job is, well, you earn, but you don't earn passively. And we're talking about passive income. But let's just say earning generally. So 1, you have a job. Number 2, you have a rental. You have a rental facility. Number 3, these are ways you can have multiple sources of income. You have a rental facility. Number 3, you have all this stock, bond, all of these things, paper investments. Number 4, you have what do you call it now? Intellectual property. Like mastering money is intellectual property. You write it once, but you keep generating income from it forever. Do you understand? That's intellectual property, right? And then you have a business. You have another business by the side, solving people's problems. Business is simply solving problems. If you can solve problems, you can never be poor. If you can solve problems, you can never be poor. House rent, yes, that is, I said real estate. So you have a house, you rent it out, whatever, right? These are ways of earning money. And don't ever. You can also help people sell what they have. You don't always have something original. Someone has something and you want to sell it for them. As you sell it for them, you earn a commission from it, right? And we talk about network marketing as well, or whatever. You help people sell, or you help a company sell, and the company gives you commission for what you sell. Are you with me? So it's been amazing hanging out with you. And I believe you've learned a lot today. And I believe you're ready to take charge of your finances. The first step to wealth creation is to take charge of your finances. Know where your money is going. Know what is coming in. Create a plan, in this. You're earning, you're saving, you're budgeting, you're giving, you're investing. Have a plan. Have a plan. You may not have clear plans everywhere, but start from where you are. And as you read Mastering Money, it's going to open to you a new world of goodies. Right there at the end, there's a page where you take your money personality. Knowing your money personality will change your game because it's going to show you where you are and where you need to be, right? It's going to show you. I realized when I took the money personality that I was more of a saver. I realized I was more of a saver. And but you see, and that's why I decided I wanted to just give more time to learning about investment. I wanted to give more time to learning about investment. Give more time to learning about investment so that the next time I take the money test, I want to be an investor. All right, because only investors get rich, right? And investment is what makes you rich, because investment gives you passive income. Investment makes sure that your money is working for you while you are sleeping, right? I want to be an investor. I want to invest big time, right? I've started, but I want to do it big time. I want it to be my major business. I want to be the major thing I do, apart from giving and all of that. All right, so it's been amazing. If you haven't bought the book, I don't know what you're waiting for. Get the book today. Get the book today. And not just that, please send it to your friends. Don't just buy it. The link will be given to you. Please will be sent to you. Be kind enough to share this with your friends. It is a movement. Share it with your friends, right? And not just that, please join the financial boot camp. Please join the financial mentorship boot camp. It will change your life. We have one for men, we have one for women. Why? Because the way men learn is different from the way women learn. Okay, so please join, and it will change your life. It will change your life forever. Okay, so please join in and let's have a great time. Where are the men? Where are the women? And women, you have husbands. You have husbands here. Some women, the first batch we did, some women actually bullied their husbands into, and their husbands confessed. My wife bullied me and made me pay for it. And it's just a very, very small amount of money. It's something that anybody can afford. Do you understand? And they told, at least 2 men told me, my wife from WKB forced me to do this. And they said we came in grudgingly, but now we see why. And they got really excited. Then now we're loving it. Thank you so much. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God for strong women that know how to bully their husbands the right way, right? Exactly, that know how to bully their husbands the right way. So please, you're a woman here, get your husband to join in. And yes, you can get today's lesson. If you registered, then it will be sent to you. Not just that, for the women yourself, don't wait for your husband to pay the bills. Don't be a liability. It's either you are an asset or you're a liability. There's no middle ground. All right, don't be a liability, be an asset. And you can't be an asset except you're financially intelligent. You can't make financial decisions except you understand how money works. So if you're a woman, join in now as well. And we have one of the testimonials of the men that took the men's financial boot camp. And I guess on this note, I will say thank you for coming. I love you. I'm grateful that you bought this book. I'm grateful that you're going to also tell people in your world to get this book as well, right? Let your colleagues, your family members, friends, please read it, and you share your thoughts with me. And you know what? If you want to be sure, read it, read part of it, and then recommend it. Do me a favor by recommending it to other people in your world. Let them buy it as well. What we're doing is we're changing lives together. We're opening new vistas for people. We're changing families together, because financial education is what we need to break the yoke of lack and poverty and fighting and disorganization in our families. So I'm going to step down from the podium right now, and I believe the video is up. We can just play the video. And
hi everyone, I'm part of the amazing team in the men's financial bootcamp, and it's been a life-changing period for me. The target is simple: rise up and win the day as early as possible by reading a book for a set time. We finish a book weekly, amongst which is Find Your Gold. Now, Find Your Gold is a very straightforward and concise, yet loaded resourceful mind shift, I must admit. I read each chapter and took the step in the action point up until the point I read the part start your business. And I felt like, oh, perfect. Just in time. Why not now? I made a call to register my business that very day. And I'm certain that process is getting done anyway. I have no doubt that by the end of the boot camp, a mind shift would have happened to me. I am certain. And I'm looking forward for the next one. I believe it's needed for my transformation. So if you're considering whether to register, trust me, you will not regret giving it a try. Good luck in adventure, everyone.
Wow, that was one of my mentees. I'm telling you, it was a really, really exciting 6 weeks. The men were on fire. You know, a lot of them started their businesses right after, before and after that. Some of them even began to collaborate that, okay, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in this. You know, we can do something together. And that's the whole idea. So please sign up now, and, you know, let's get on this journey together. You know, let's just do it. Like, let's do it. We've been going round and round and round in circles. Just do it so that your story will be different in the nearest future. Whatever, you know, the reason a tree becomes a shade covering people, you know, today is because somebody dared to plant that tree a few years back. So this is the time to plant that tree, right? Okay, don't worry, you just feel it, we'll let you know, right? For it, I think it's 25,000 naira, $25, 25 pounds, whatever currency is dollars, pounds, and naira, 25. All right. And if you're anywhere else, you pay through the dollars as well. All right. And that's why I said anybody can afford it. It's six weeks of solid training. 6 weeks of solid training that will change your life. It will change your life. 25,000. So join in, and let's go. Be a part of the batch B for the men. And it's starting, I think, in 2 weeks' time or so. Next week, we start with orientation. And then if you're a woman, sign in. You have a little time to, if you say, well, I can't pay everything now, I don't know why not. But if you can't, you still have a bit of time to just make those payments, even if it's in 2 installments. For the women, we are having orientation in December, but we're launching off first week in January so that we can enter into the month or into the year, you know, very ready, right? For the women, we're just starting with the batch A. For the men, we're on batch B now, because we started with the men and the women said, what about us? So we started the batch B. We started with the women as well. So you can join in and let's move on, okay? All right, I think at this junction, I will call our anchor for tonight to round off and give us information about how to get mastering your book, mastering money, and how to join the boot camp, the financial boot camp for men and women. I love you. I thank you, and I believe in you. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you. Please, where's Minister Lamide?
All right, thank you so much, RD, for that amazing session. Can we just celebrate RD? Thank you so much. I mean, I'm so challenged. I'm so challenged to do better with my finances. I mean, it only gets better, right? Thank you so much. All right, so we can actually get the book. Like RD said, we already reviewed the price again. At least it has gone back to its normal price. If you didn't take advantage of the pre-order price, which was 3,500, the price has increased to 5,000 naira now. So you can still get the book, and you can order for a friend, right? That is, you're not allowed to send it you're not allowed to send the book to other people, right? Please, let's be honorable. Let's, ensure that everyone that we want to get the book gets the book through the link. Also, the links have been posted. If you're interested in taking going through the financial boot camp, both for the men and for the women, the links have been posted as well. Please click on the link and join in, right? You know what Reverend Dotun said, don't just go into the year 2025 without planning, without preparing, without being intentional. Pastor Tutu said, it's not just about prayer. When it comes to finances, right? We take action. So click on the link and register. Let's take our finances to the next level. Click on that link today. You get the testimonies, how that, they've been transformed. Everyone has been transformed, right? Click on the link and join in. Get knowledge, get educated, and you're on your way to being financially free. Also, the link to get any of Reverend Dotun's Power Pack books, right? The link would also be posted on the groups. I believe that we're on the group. It will also be posted here. Please, you can look at the store for books that you can get, right? Let's empower ourselves. There are different books that she has written. There are different topics, that Reverend Dotun have written on that can just, help you get better, in any area of life, public speaking, leadership, goal setting. I mean, great books that have transformed lives, that have transformed many lives, and I've set them, I've helped them achieve great goals in their lives and businesses, in their marriages as well. All right, so you can click on the link and look out for our store, look out for the books that we have in our store as well. All right, so thank you all for joining in. For those of us that got the book, we'll start reading from tomorrow, right? You start reading from tomorrow. We're going to be reading together. Reviews will be sent, every day to the group. So we're reading the book. The book has about 14 chapters. So we're going to spend the next 2 weeks reading the book together. Reviews will be sent on the group. So you listen in and, of course, read a chapter and then post your review on the group. We're going to be reading it together. So ensure that, you go through the book. The book will also be sent to, I believe that some of us have started receiving the book. The book will be sent to your mail. Those of us that did transfer, the book would also be sent to your mail. Please send your mail to my DM. Those of us that did bank transfer, please send your mail to my DM. So that we can send the book to you as well. We'll also send the workbook as well. For everyone who got the book, you get the workbook as well. All right. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for joining in. God bless you. And yes, it's time for growth. Don't forget, get your copy today. Don't forget, get your copy of the book today and also register for the boot camp. Everyone here should actually register for the boot camp, both male and female, right? Let's register for the boot camp and get ready for 2025. It's going to be a great year already, right? I'm excited. Yes, we're not just going to 2025 making mouths, right? We are going with a proper plan, right? A proper plan for our finances, a proper plan to create wealth that would outlive us, to create wealth that, we can, we can be proud of, right? We can actually, wealth that we can actually use, to propagate the gospel, right? We are we're a gospel brand, and so that's what we are. That's what our money is for. Glory to God. So thank you all once again. God bless you. Thank you so much, Reverend Dotun. Thank you so much, Pastor Tutu, for your testimony. God bless you, everyone, and have a great night.
Thank you all. God bless you. See you morning dew tomorrow. I love you. Thanks for coming out tonight. God bless you. And see you at KBS on Wednesday, 6 a.m. West African time. Love you. Thank you, Minister Olamide. Thank you to all the pastors, the country managers, the family heads, the captains, the coordinators, everyone here supporting. I love you. Thank you. God bless you. Good night.